In the third episode, we discovered that the main characters possess special abilities, yet JAX'S unique power remained a mystery. Why does JAX conceal what happens to his body when he holds his breath? I believe I've uncovered the answers about what occurs when JAX holds his breath and why he keeps it hidden from the others. In this video, I will discuss the secret abilities of all the main characters and reveal JAX'S greatest secret. Let's begin by unpacking JAX'S big mystery from episode 3. The other main characters are aware of the changes that occur in their bodies when they hold their breath. Pomni head changes color, Kinger glows, Ragatha hair rises up, Gangle mask starts to spin, and Zubal limbs straighten out. Only JAX keeps his ability a secret. There's one interesting detail in this scene. Zubal assumes JAX hides his special ability because he thinks it might seem ridiculous and embarrassing to everyone. Zubal believes JAX is acting cowardly because of this. In this episode, JAX suggests Pomni try harder, showing curiosity about the digital body's potential. Although the show rarely emphasizes this, the digital forms of the main characters offer a host of fascinating and unique abilities beyond what happens when they hold their breath. You're already aware that the characters don't need sleep, food, or even air. It's also safe to say their digital bodies are invulnerable to physical harm. While the characters can experience pain, they cannot be injured in the traditional sense. The only real dangers they face are glitches and abstraction. In episode 3, we saw that Kinger can detach his eyes from his body and toss them away, yet the discarded eye continues to function perfectly. Kinger can still see through it, even from a distance. Similarly, Kinger arms aren't firmly attached to his body either. They can stretch far away to reach anywhere. In a scene where Kinger saved Pomni from malevolent spirits, we witnessed this power in action. Ragatha's body is raggedy, and punctures can easily leave holes, but Ragatha feels no pain at all. This was shown in episode 2 during the truck battle. I have a theory related to this. It may tie into Ragatha's psychological trauma. Ragatha is always overly concerned about others and tries hard to stay cheerful and positive. Ragatha shoulders responsibility for every misfortune that befalls the group, even when it's not her fault. She suppresses all expressions of negative emotion, and in doing so, refrains from showing pain, though she likely experiences it deeply. This behavior could destabilize her emotionally in high-stress situations. I predict that in episode 5, which will focus on Ragatha, she will finally let her emotions out, and we will discover what lies behind her constant smile. Gangle's body may initially seem fragile, with her easily breakable mask of joy and delicate ribbons. If her ribbons had the same properties as those in the real world, they could be easily torn apart. However, we've never seen Gangle ribbons break. They may unravel, but they never fall apart. Moreover, there's an intriguing detail I've been pondering. While we've seen Gangle's mask of joy shatter multiple times, the sadness mask has never sustained damage. This could imply that the sadness mask is impervious to harm. In Gangle Room, we only ever see the joy mask cracked, perhaps suggesting that the sadness mask is one of a kind and impossible to remove. Zubal has a notable ability to detach her body parts, but there's a hidden power associated with this. At the beginning of the pilot episode, we saw that Zubal can still control any detached body part. When JAX tore off Zubal's arm, she was able to regain control of it and choke JAX by the throat. Pomni's ability is that her body behaves like rubber. In the pilot, she pulled her own eye out while attempting to remove her VR headset. Then, in episode 2, Pomni held onto 2 distant trucks without harming herself. It seemed as though she experienced pain, but I believe this stems from her still perceiving her body as human. A stunt like that would indeed be painful for a real person, but in the digital circus, anything is possible. In episode 3, we saw Pomni's eyes fall out, yet they acted as if they were made of rubber. At the start of the same episode, JAX showed great interest in Pomni's rubbery abilities. I think that, as the series progresses, Pomni will learn to better control the stretching of her body. As you've likely noticed, we are aware of the special abilities of all the main characters except JAX. It seems JAX is deliberately concealing his powers. Perhaps JAX doesn't possess abilities similar to the others and, because of this, secretly envies them, which might explain why he constantly teases them. I'm convinced that this mystery will be unraveled in episode 6, which will focus on JAX. Recently, numerous theories have emerged regarding what happens to JAX when he holds his breath. I'd like to share a few that seem the most plausible to me. The first theory is related to JAX being a rabbit. His fur becomes incredibly thick and soft, making him appear cute. This seems a bit far-fetched, as all the characters' abilities are tied to the real-world objects their digital bodies represent. JAX likely wouldn't want the others to pet him, which is why he hides this trait. Another theory is that we've already seen JAX's hidden power. I suspect JAX can move at tremendous speed or even teleport. In the pilot, JAX, Pomni, and Regatha entered Kaufmo room and saw him abstracted. JAX grabbed a bowling ball and suddenly vanished. Perhaps he held his breath, activating his ability to move quickly. Although this power is highly useful, JAX keeps it secret and only uses it in emergencies. There is a theory about what will happen to JAX if he decides to hold his breath like Pomni did in one of the episodes of the amazing digital Circus. Fans are speculating about this, especially since the world of the Circus is digital, and the characters are essentially not real physical beings, but avatars in virtual reality. Here are some popular theories on the matter. 1. JAX will also fall into a panic state or pass out. Some fans believe that if JAX decides to hold his breath, something similar to what happened to Pomni could happen to him. When she held her breath, her face changed in color. This could mean that JAX, like all the other characters, is subject to the rules of the digital world. If he tries to hold his breath long enough, his digital avatar may begin to break or distort, as it did with Kaufmo, resulting in a momentary crash or loss of control. 2. JAX may not be affected because of his digital resilience. Another theory states that JAX is a unique character with special abilities or a higher level of awareness of the digital world. He may have an intrinsic resilience to such attempts to disrupt virtual reality. If JAX holds his breath, nothing can happen to him, and it would show his strength or knowledge of the rules of this world. Some fan discussions suggest that JAX may even be a less human avatar than other characters, making him resistant to such attempts to transcend the world of the Circus. 3. A digital glitch, but with different effects. There's also speculation that if JAX tries to hold his breath, he'll experience a different type of digital glitch. While Pomni seems to have experienced anxiety and loss of control, JAX may experience something more severe, such as his avatar may begin to distort or even freeze in place. In the digital world, they are all in. Each character may have unique reactions to attempts to disrupt the logic of virtual reality. Perhaps holding his breath would cause JAX not just psychological problems, but physical distortions or temporary disconnection from the world. 4. JAX doesn't obey these rules at all. There is a theory that JAX can completely ignore physical laws, such as breathing or breath holding, because he has a better understanding of the rules of the virtual world. This theory assumes that JAX has already realized that breathing or other physical reactions do not matter in this digital world, and he simply will not experience an effect like what happened to Pomni. This could explain his calm and mocking demeanor. He realizes that whatever is going on around him doesn't matter to their digital bodies. 5th, deliberate inaction or provocation. Fans also discuss the possibility that if JAX learns about the consequences of holding his breath, he may purposely not do it, or, conversely, provoke others to do it. JAX is known to be prone to manipulating and messing with other characters, and if he realizes that holding his breath could cause a malfunction, he may use this as a way to manipulate others. He might not test it on himself, but he might try to provoke other characters, knowing the potential consequences. These theories have yet to be confirmed, and much will depend on how the show's creators decide to develop JAX's character in future episodes. Share your theory with me in the comments, and I will definitely read them and add the best comments to the next issue. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video here.